Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to have you here for another delicious recipe. If you're new to Eat Travel Family, do not forget to like and subscribe before leaving. So today we're going to do something a little bit different and a little bit special. So I recently started a 30-day to healthy living program and I'm now in week 2 and it's going amazingly well. And the reason why I've decided to go on this lifestyle changing program, if you like, is because I wanted to feel healthier and I wanted to eat better, but I also wanted to be conscious about the foods that I was putting inside my body and what it's actually doing to my body. Now, having been on this program for the past couple of weeks now, I'm actually learning how to swap out certain ingredients from my diet, and those ingredients that's not necessarily good for your body, and I'm learning to actually fuel my body with food that's actually optimizing the way I look and feel. And another amazing thing about this program is that it helps support a balanced gut, which is super important. So the dish I'm going to be making for us today is something that I would usually have like every Sunday or every other Sunday with my family, but I'm going to be swapping out a few ingredients. And the reason why is because I wanted to showcase that you can actually eat something that's really tasty, but it's also doing wonders for your body. And you know what, it's super delicious. So the dish I'm going to be making is oven roasted or oven baked jerk chicken. Now jerk chicken is prepared relatively healthy anyway. It's done on the grill, it's done on the barbecue. I don't have a barbecue or a grill, so I'm doing it in the oven. So it may not be as authentic as a Jamaican jerk chicken would be, but it will taste as amazing. And I'm going to be serving that with some brown rice. Now usually you will have this with either rice and peas or white rice. Some may want to have it with fried dumpling or festival or bread or whatever. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The issue lies is when you have it for over a long period of time. So I want to show you that you can actually make this dish at home and swap out a few ingredients and it still tastes amazing. I am like giving you options, if you like, which is what I'm creating for myself. I'm also going to be serving this with a side of steamed cabbage and avocado. Now when you're trying to create a balanced food to have like a healthier lifestyle, it's really important that you have a good amount of protein and you have a good amount of good carbs. So that can be the brown rice that we're going to have, or sweet potato or avocado, and a good amount of vegetables. Okay, that could be a side salad, or it could be what we're going to have today, which is some steamed cabbage. So I'm really excited to actually get this dish done and for you to see how incredibly easy and amazing it could be, and for you to also try it at home. So let's get right to it. So here you have our lovely ingredients, guys, to make our oven baked jerk chicken with brown rice. In this bowl I have around 3 small cups of brown rice. Here we have our chicken quarters, which is a leg and thigh together, and I'm going to show you how to really prepare your chicken and clean it nicely. Here we have some Sweetheart Cabbage, but you can also use white cabbage. I'll be using a whole cabbage in this recipe. We have some spring onions, some onions and garlic. And in this bowl we have our seasoning that we're going to use to marinate our chicken. We have chicken seasoning, paprika, all-purpose, garlic powder and black pepper in that bowl. And next to that we have some browning that we're going to use to add to our chicken. And here we have our jerk seasoning paste and some olive oil. So now I'm just showing you how I clean my chicken. So you want to make sure you remove everything that's not meant to be in there, like this bits here in the corner. I don't like those in my chicken. Some people like to leave it in, but I don't. So we're removing it out. And then now I'm just gonna cut off this excess skin here. We don't need that either. You know, it's really important that we clean our chicken because we're going to be eating this. And now I'm just cleaning up the legs. You want to get rid of any kind of extra feathers that's still on there and just clean it up nicely like I'm doing here. And next you just want to make 2 lines in the chicken, so one on the thigh part and the other on the leg. And this is just to allow our seasoning to soak into the flesh of the chicken. Usually I will marinate my chicken probably a day or two ahead of time, but we're just doing this on the day, so we want to try and make sure that it gets as much flavor into the flesh of the chicken as possible. So here I'm just tidying up the rest of the chicken, and then when I'm all done, we're just gonna wash it thoroughly with some lemon, and you can also use vinegar if you haven't got lemon in your house. There we have it. So our chicken is now being washed, and now I'm just going to go in and marinate it with our seasoning, and just pouring it on the chicken right here, and we're just going to massage it in, and to make sure it's fully coated. So you want to make sure every area of your chicken is fully coated, guys. It's important. And we're just going to go with a little bit more of seasoning and marinate it some more. And keep mixing it together like so. Keep mixing before we go in with some fresh garlic. So we're just gonna roughly chop these, and this is to, again, add to the flavor of the chicken when it's been baked in the oven. And then we're gonna go in with some spring onions as well. You just want to roughly chop that as well. And now I'm going in with my jerk seasoning paste. I'm using 3 teaspoons. You know, I want to taste the spice, but I still want it to be edible. I don't want it to be too spicy. And we're just going to marinate that as I'm doing it here. And it looks amazing and smells amazing, guys. So good. And I didn't mention before, but we're going to be adding some pimento seeds to our chicken, so I'm just crushing it here. I love adding pimento seeds to any kind of jerk, whether it be pork, lamb, whatever it is. It really goes well together and brings the flavor of the seasoning out. Absolutely delicious. So we're adding our pimento seed to the chicken, and as usual, guys, I'll list all the ingredients and the measurements below. And we're going to mix that together like so, making sure everything's fully coated. And now I'm going in with my browning sauce. So I'll be using a teaspoon of this, and this is just to add a nice color onto our chicken whilst it's been cooking in the oven. So you just want to mix it around like so. And then we're just going to leave it to the side to just rest for around 2 to 5 minutes while we prepare the vegetables for our steamed cabbage. So here we just want to roughly chop the cabbage as I'm doing here, and put it in a medium-sized bowl. And like I said, I will be using a whole cabbage. I'm just using half here, and I'll be using another half. And you can use a Sweetheart Cabbage or white cabbage, whichever you prefer. I'm just going in here and cutting up the cabbage, just roughly. Now I'm adding some onions. I'll be using half of this onion. And you just want to cut it in half and add it to the cabbage. Just a little bit more. And now I'm going to go ahead and peel the carrots. I'm only using 1 carrot. You can use 2 if you want. So we're just peeling it here. I'm going to cut it in half and just slice it like I'm doing, and then slice it again in a medium size. I quite like doing my carrots like this. And then you're going to add it to the cabbage and the onions. And steamed cabbage is absolutely amazing. I love it. Then we're just going to mix it together, and now we're going to go ahead and prepare our brown rice. So you want to make sure that you wash your rice thoroughly, around 3 or 4 times. And I've got it here on a medium heat, and I'm adding a pinch of salt and my spring onions. Usually I'll add butter to my rice, but because we're swapping our ingredients, I won't be this time. So now we're just gonna add our chicken to the oven. I've put some olive oil into the baking tray, and we're just gonna put our chicken in. And my oven has been preheated at 200 degrees. I'll be reducing it to 190 once I put the chicken in. So we just want to make sure everything fits nicely, and add some of the garlic and the spring onion to it. And now we're just going to add it in the oven. So now let's have a look at our rice. It's been bubbling now for the past 2 to 3 minutes. As you can see, it's bubbling nicely. So with brown rice, it takes a bit longer to cook than white rice, and even when the water evaporates, the rice tends to still be hard, so you want to make sure that you're checking on it very frequently and adding water where necessary. So now I'm just going to go in with a little bit of water, as you can see, and you just want to keep this on a medium heat, and you want to keep an eye on it. It can take a lot more water than normal white rice to cook. Just want to keep an eye on it and add as much water as you need, depending on the amount of rice that you're cooking. And you also want to make sure you're tasting that the rice is being cooked as well. So now I'm just going to go with some foil paper and reduce the heat to a low heat and have it steaming. So now let's have a look at the rice. And roughly this should take between 20 to 25 minutes to cook, depending on the amount you're making. So now our rice should be ready. Let's have a look at how this is how you want it to be. Nice and soft, not too soft. And we've just taken the chicken out the oven. It's been in for around 20 minutes, so it's got a nice color on there. So we're just going to pop it back in and go ahead and make our steamed cabbage. So I'm adding like a teaspoon of olive oil, and I'm going to go with a pinch of salt and black pepper. And usually I would add some butter to my cabbage, but since we're switching out some ingredients to make this as healthy as possible, I won't be adding any butter this time. But you just want to keep stirring this on a medium to low heat and just leave it to steam. You could add a bit of water as well if you want to help it along. And you just want to continue tasting. You want to make sure there's enough flavor in here as well. We don't want to have fresh cabbage. So I'm going in with a little bit more salt. And we're just going to keep stirring and keeping an eye on it. This should take no more than 5 to 10 minutes to cook. So now you can see it's nice and soft. I'm going to go in for a nice close-up. And at this point our chicken should also be ready to come out. So now we're just going to have a look at it, and it's bubbling nicely. So our chicken is cooked. You still want it to be nice and succulent, you don't want it to be dry. And look at this lovely golden brown color that we have on the chicken. That's what you want, guys. Look at this, absolutely amazing. So now we're going to plate up with our brown rice and steamed cabbage with a side of avocado. And here you have it, guys, my healthier version of my jerk chicken dish. Absolutely amazing. So much again, guys, for joining me for another amazing video. I really hope that you enjoy this, and I also hope that you actually make this at home for you to realize how amazing this actually tastes and how quick and simple it is as well. If you want to know more about the 30 Day to Healthy Living program that I'm doing, you can follow me on my Instagram. The information is below. You can see all that I'm doing and how I'm documenting my daily activities and what it's been like for me. If you also want to know a lot more about the 30 Day to Healthy Living and everything else that I am doing to try and optimize my look and feel and overall well-being, the information to my business page is also below. Check that out and see what is going on and see how you can also be a part of this amazing journey. Let's all make healthy living our business and create a healthier lifestyle for each other. I'll see you on the next video, guys. Have a nice day.